Reading Animorphs for the first time, Megamorphs 4, Back to Before, spoilers for this book and up until this point in the series. So I liked this book, but I did not love this book as much as I thought I would based on the premise because I adore a what if the one specific thing went the other way? What if the one choice wasn't made? What if it went in the other direction type of thing? That is one of my favorite sci-fi what ifs, fan fiction tropes, honestly. I adore that. But what I love about that is finding out exactly what would have happened. And the whole thing in this about Cassie corrupting it and kind of pointing them in a different direction didn't give me that because obviously this is not exactly what would have happened because this is the version where Cassie knows something is wrong. The Elemis kind of drops Marco's mom in randomly. Jake's hands morph to tiger paws at one point. Like there are just little things that if it was a true what if none of this had happened would not have happened. So it was just still a little too Animorphs. Like they still jumped into battle and did all these things that would have led to them winning the war with the Yeerks when I want to know the true, like this never happened. However, that being said, I did still enjoy this book. I thought it was fun. I definitely would rank it number 2 in my Megamorphs ranking. Like, I loved the Tobias plot of him joining the sharing and becoming an almost voluntary host for the Yeerks because when you think about it, he really is like the perfect candidate. He's exactly who they target. Someone who things aren't going well and he doesn't feel like he has anyone. And I also loved that turning into an anti-suicide message with him being like, if I had only endured, it would have changed. I thought that was very, very powerful and very, very important to have in a series like this with a younger audience because it's true. The only way to get through anything is to outlive it. I also absolutely adored Rachel showing up with a baseball bat and saving their lives, like continuing the long tradition in media of don't underestimate a 90-pound girl with a baseball bat. It was the most Rachel thing ever, and I absolutely loved that moment. I laughed so hard. That's probably my favorite moment in this book, honestly. Just, it was amazing. I also really loved the explanation of why so many of the Animorphs are special. I know that in fiction, the reason your main cast is always like the special people in the world that all the things happen to is because that's what makes an interesting story. Why would you want to read a story where all these super cool, interesting things are happening to other people? But I liked the idea that the Elemis put his finger on the scale and made it be, you know, Elfangor's brother, Elfangor's son, Visser One's host body's son, and now Cassie, who has this weird time thingy. And like Jake being Tom's brother, I like that there was an in-universe explanation for all this happening. And it kind of makes me think, is the Elemis just K.A. Applegate? Because she is the one, well, her and her husband and her co-authors, K.A. Applegate and co, are the ones with their finger on the scale. So I thought that was interesting. I did like this book. It was fun. It's just not exactly to my taste. Like, just go full It's a Wonderful Life and have Jake be like, we're not even making any difference at all. And the Elemis be like, oh, you think? Let me show you something. And then just turn it back at the end. I know that wouldn't have been as satisfying as having them kind of figure it out and doing these things, but like, that's what would have made it more to my personal taste. But obviously the series is not here to serve my personal taste. But I still really like that this book was in the series, and I like seeing their take on this what if things had gone differently, what if that one choice had gone the opposite direction trope.